Hey guys, I'm Clay Rockwood. I just wanted to share a little bit about my story and my journey in real estate because I think it resonates with a lot of people that I've met and a lot of people that have talked to me and said, hey man, I want to do what you've done, or I want to go on the path that you've been on. So I wanted to share a little bit about how I started in real estate and what my journey has kind of become over the years and how we've really grown a portfolio of multifamily properties valued at over $40 million. So let's rewind back to 2008. I was just graduating from college at the University of Utah. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was originally going to go into dentistry and orthodontics, but I realized halfway through college that I did not want to spend my days in someone's mouth. So I was kind of lost. I got my degree and I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So right out of college, I decided to get my real estate license. So I just told my wife, hey, give me a year. I just want to try this out, right? We were newly married, didn't have kids, so really had nothing to lose at the time. So straight out of college, I got my real estate license. I called up a buddy that I knew was a real estate agent and said, hey, just got my license. What do I do now? And luckily, he was a good friend and kind of a mentor. He took me under his wing and said, hey, come work with me. We'll start doing real estate together. You can work on my team. So I literally just started pounding the pavement as a real estate agent. I literally started cold calling every single day, people I knew, just trying to drum up business. So that's how my journey started in real estate. I just started from scratch, from nothing, right? Not having any experience, not having a network. Really just that first year or two was really a struggle to kind of get things moving. I think my first year in real estate as an agent, I did one transaction. I helped a family member sell a property they had. So that was it. Luckily, my wife was working, so we had some income coming in there. But yeah, it was really a struggle getting in as an agent. And I soon realized after a couple of years working as a real estate agent that I just wasn't passionate about it. I didn't like the idea of still being, a slave to my clients, right? So I was working a ton of nights, a lot of weekends, showing homes, open houses, things like that. And that just wasn't for me. What I really was looking for was a way to be an entrepreneur. I knew I had the entrepreneur spirit. I wanted to run my own business, be my own boss, make my own hours, the American dream. So shortly thereafter, I decided that I want to start flipping homes. I thought, hey, this is a good path to financial freedom, right? Make a ton of money, make my own hours, everything like that. So me and my brother, who's a contractor, we started flipping homes back then. Back in 2000, I guess that was 2010 or 11, we started flipping homes and that was going great. We started making good money, but I soon realized, even in the flipping world, that it was a very transactional business, right? It was always about the next deal. Like we'd flip a home, make a decent amount of money, then I was like, okay, well, where's the next deal coming from, right? And it was all up to me to kind of go out and find the deals, negotiate with sellers, or work with other real estate agents or investors to find these deals. And again, I started getting burned out by this transactional business, right? If I wasn't working, if I wasn't out sourcing deals, we weren't making money. So I soon realized shortly thereafter that something had to change, that I wanted to get more passive investments, passive income, money coming to me when I wasn't working. So again, what I decided to do, I had the goal back then, my wife and I, we said, hey, we want to buy real estate as an investment, right? We don't want to just help other people transactions or just flip homes and sell these properties. I want to actually own real estate, right, for myself. So what we decided to do is we said, hey, instead of going out and buying a nice single family home, let's go buy a multi-unit, like a duplex or a triplex type property. We can live in one unit and rent out the others and cover our mortgage, right? So that was kind of the idea. So we went out, made an offer on a triplex, so a 3-unit multifamily property in a decent area here in Salt Lake City. And we got it under contract. So I was sweating. I remember being super nervous, scared to go out and buy my first property. Didn't know really what I was doing, but I just kind of took the leap of faith and said, hey, this is all gonna work out. We're gonna be able to cover the mortgage, it's gonna be fine. I even had to borrow the down payment from a family member. That's how poor we were, right? So we ended up closing on the property, lived there for 2 or 3 years, and it was a great opportunity. I learned a ton by fixing up a bunch of the units myself, putting in kind of the sweat equity, doing a lot of landscaping and different repairs in the property, and learned a lot. And the beauty of that was that we were basically living for free. We had 2 tenants that were paying our rent. We were living in an attic unit, upstairs, and we were able to, live there basically for free. And so that's when it really clicked for me that, wow, there is power in this where I can have other people, tenants, pay my mortgage for me. It's as if they're paying money every month into a savings account for me. Because I realize as that monthly mortgage gets paid down, what's also happening over time is the value of the property is going up, either through appreciation, right? Just the natural appreciation of the market, or through my sweat equity. Like I said, I was fixing up the units, adding value, raising rents over time. So I was adding value to the property all while the mortgage was getting paid down. So I realized there was a lot of equity being built, in a short amount of time. And then I thought, what if I could do this over and over and over again with multiple properties? Then that just compounds at 10x's, right? So our goal at the time was to buy 1 property a year, 1 new rental property a year. And at the time I was thinking very small, thinking just duplexes to 4plexes, those types of properties, which was great. And it worked out. We bought a new property every year, ended up buying our own home that we lived in, and then kept just building slowly our rental portfolio. Now the interesting thing is, over the years, it took me about 8 years to buy a total of about 12 doors. So that 12 doors divided by 3 or 4 or 5 different properties we bought. But 8 years it took me to buy 12 doors. Now fast forward to where we are today, where we own over 300 multifamily doors that we've acquired in the last 5 years. So there was really a shifting point for me in my business, in my career, that really propelled us to where we're at now and the trajectory we're on. And what changed for me really was my mindset. It was the day that I realized, hey, I am the person that's limiting my own growth, right? At the time, I was trying to do everything myself. I was a one-man show. I didn't hire, I didn't have employees, I didn't do anything like that. I was doing all my own paperwork, all my own transactions, managing the properties by myself. I was a one-man show, and I thought at the time that, hey, this is the way to go. It's gonna save me a ton of money. I don't have to pay a property manager. I don't have to hire someone and pay them a salary to help me out. But that was such a limiting belief, right? There's so much power in leveraging other people's experience and leveraging other people to help you get to greater heights, right? It's the idea of, 2 oxen can carry a greater load than 1 by themselves, right? So at that time when I learned that and really honed in on that idea of leveraging the experience of other people is when it changed for me. That's when I got a business partner. That's when we started hiring employees and outsourcing a lot of the menial tasks so I could focus on kind of the most important things that I was good at. And I realized as we did that there was people out there that were better than me at doing what I thought I was best at, right? So again, I can't be a master of all things, but I have certain skill sets and certain strengths. So I think you have to learn to hone in those strengths and focus on those strengths. So if you want to learn more how I made the transition from single family to large multifamily properties and how you can too, go ahead and watch my next video that explains in detail how I made that transition and how you can do the same. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you feel like you don't know where to start or how to find deals, I've created a multifamily marketing system to help you generate off-market seller leads. This also includes the scripts that I use, actual recorded calls with sellers, and case study archives. And as a bonus, I'll throw in a masterclass on how to find deals straight off the MLS. So click the link below in the description to go ahead and get started.